Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and today I'm going to be showing you a brand new 2023 Winnebago Navion. This is the 24D floor plan, and one of the things about this one, this is the Tuscan exterior paint job. It's one of my favorite. I just like the looks of this one. You've all seen the Navions and the Sprinters before, but this one's got the features I like, and I'll point those out as we go around. Let's start this way, looking at our storage compartments. Right here we've got a good sized compartment. There's a place here where you can run a cord through, and you have a 110 outlet up here, and also a place where you could hook up a TV if you want to bring one and watch it outside. This compartment here is our generator, and if you notice, it's the 3.6 LP. It's a propane generator. We also have a propane quick connect right here if you have a grill you want to use. Now, there are two options on the generator. The diesel, which is a little bit more expensive and pulls off the diesel fuel tank, might give you a longer period you could stay if you're dry camping. But the propane is tried and true. It's an old standby. You do have a 12-pound propane tank, which is actually about 51 gallons. So it's a pretty good sized propane tank. You could stay out a long time on this one. Save yourself a little money by going with the propane over the diesel. Here we've got our Truma AquaGo. Now, this is our water heater, and it's got a gas and electric element. It's sort of an on-demand water heater. A couple of people can shower back to back without worrying about running out of hot water. And then over here, of course, we have our Suburban furnace, 20,000 BTU furnace. Here we get a little more storage. This is kind of in the bathroom area under the cabinet in there that we'll look at. And then we have one more storage compartment here. As we move around the back, these are all with the 6-liter or the 3-liter 6-cylinder Mercedes diesel engine, and that gives you a 5,000-pound tow capacity. So you do have your 2-inch receiver right here. You have your standard 7-way plug right here, and like I say, they're rated to pull up to 5,000 pounds. This engine has 188 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque, and it maxes out at about 11,000 pounds, the GVWR. It's not that heavy of a unit, so you can pull things quite nicely up and over the mountains. If you're pulling 5,000 pounds over Vail Pass, you're going to slow down quite a bit, obviously, because of the elevation, but it's a good platform for pulling units. Also, I like the fact that there's a ladder on it. We do have a couple of solar panels on the roof, two 100 watters. But you've got room to put a rack up there if you want to carry a Thule or maybe mount some paddle boards or kayaks. You have room to do that up on the roof. Okay, moving around over here on the driver's side. This first compartment is our 30-amp electrical cord, and these are our dump valves in our water compartment. Also, it shows you which position to put the valves in. If you're gonna winterize this yourself, you've got your drains right here, your bypass valves. You can auto-fill your freshwater tank, or you can run directly off your city water source. Nice to have a water pump switch right here. If you want, you can turn it on and use your outside shower. You can see a little greenish or aqua fluid dripping. That is our antifreeze that we put in them. Everything's winterized, of course, this time of the year. Okay, here's our black tank flush. This is like a power sprayer for your sewer tank, so it washes down all the residue, cleans it out real good, keeps the odor down. And then as we move up to this compartment, you can see we've got a little storage in there. And then on this front compartment, there's our propane tank and also our hydraulic pump for the levelers and slides. Like I say, it's a 12 pound, and I think that's a 51 gallon is what it works out to be. These do have the warning system, so you've got little triangle up here when you're driving. If somebody pulls up beside you, it lets you know. If you cross your lane, there's lane assist. So all the safety enhancements are on these new 2023 chassis, and we'll go over those when we get inside. Actually, the Mercedes chassis is a 2022, but it's a 2023 Navion. Let's pop the hood here real quick. Just take a quick look. It's very easy to access everything on the Sprinter chassis. Power steering fluid, you got your wiper fluid, your coolant over here, oil, dipsticks are all right here, easy to access. You do have a terminal here. That is for jumping. If you need to jump this one or help somebody out, you have a positive terminal here, a negative one over on the side. Your chassis battery is actually kind of under the driver's feet and hard to access, so they give you a place right here where you can jump things. Okay, as you can see, we've got a nice full wall awning there, and that is a wind censored electric awning. You notice it doesn't have the arms on the side. They're a little bit different nowadays. I really like these because they don't obstruct anything out here in your patio area. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look inside. I left the slide room in so you can see what it's like when we travel. Before you go in, let me point out a couple things right here at the door. You do get a nice little storage compartment here. You've got another one up here. And this is kind of a unique door. You do have day-night shades, and we also have a sliding screen door there. All right, let's go ahead and step inside. Now, as you can see, when you're traveling, it's easy to get through here and access everything. It is a rear bathroom, which is a little bit bigger than the mid bathrooms. We'll look at that in a minute, but I can get all the way back. You can see I can get into my refrigerator and all the cabinets. And then when it is time to open this up, excuse me, I have to squeeze by you. A couple of things we need is to have our emergency brake on, and we have to have the accessories on the dash. So I think you got to push this twice there. When you see all the lights, that tells me I'm ready. Now I'm going to go back. Open this slide up. And again, this is the 24D floor plan. It's a full wall slide with the Murphy bed here. One of the nice things is you get the big U-shaped dinette, but you also have another pedestal and a table you can set up here in front of this couch. Okay. Well, here we are. This is it all opened up. You can see there's plenty of room. One of the things about this floor plan, it is the biggest slide. So when you're using it during the day, when the bed's in this position, you've got a lot of room here to move around. A couple people can be at the kitchen, a couple at the table. You're not in each other's way. This is the U-shaped dinette. It's got a couple of nice footrests right here that flip up. Not really for sitting on, but for resting your feet. Another nice feature is you can turn this table 90 degrees. Makes it easier to get in there and around. And I'm not going to drop it down to a sleeper right now, but you can see the cleats right here, and that's where it's going to rest. There's a knob here. I can make that a little easier to turn. Then overhead, we do have some nice storage compartments. And what you're seeing right here is a little curtain that hangs back here around the bed for a little privacy. Across from your dinette, you have your kitchen and your TV. TV's mounted so it can pull out. You've got a little bit of storage back here. Actually a bar for some paper towels. You have a DVD player right there. And you've got access to your electronic inputs. There's a couple more USB ports up there, a 110 outlet. So if you're using some different electronics, you can plug them in there yourself. We also have another decent sized storage compartment here. Winnebago uses this Technoform cabinetry. This is actually made in Italy. And really nice hidden hinges, great looking hardware. I just like the looks of this unit all the way around. Over here under our sink, you can see we've got some good storage areas. There is a whole house water filter in here. And then we do have the double stainless steel sink with a residential style sprayer. Nice if you're prepping a big meal, or even if you're just washing your dishes, to have the two separate sinks here and a lot of counter space. That's another nice thing about the 24D. Another great feature is they've put the microwave below the cabinet. You hear a lot of people talking about having a hard time pulling out the hot dish from overhead, especially if you're shorter. You're always worried about dumping it on yourself. I like the fact that it's down here. And although that does take a drawer or two, you still have 4 very large pull-out drawers here. And these are all soft close. So I don't mind having the microwave here. Otherwise, you're going to lose a cabinet overhead if you stick it up above. And then as long as we're talking about that, here's that other cabinet in the kitchen. We do have holding tank heaters. They're like a blanket heater, 12 volt. You turn them on right there. And this is our inverter. Okay, moving back, we've got our, this is a 12 volt refrigerator here, and I actually made a mistake a couple months ago when I did one of these and thought we had a propane and electric refrigerator. This is all electric. They call it 12 volt or 110, but basically when you're plugged into 110, you're running this off your converter, off the 12 volt. Up here we've got most of our controls and monitor, slide out switch. Right here is our generator start and our battery levels, tank levels. We've got a water pump switch there. Don't want to leave that on. You can see we've got a solar control panel here. Like I said, there's 2 100-watt solar panels on the roof, so it helps keep your batteries topped up. It certainly isn't going to charge your batteries fully if you run them down all the way in a day, but that's what you have your generator for. Before you get too low, you just fire that up. Then beside the refrigerator, we've got a nice pantry area. We got some good pull-out drawers here, storage on the top and underneath. We have our breakers and fuses right here. And then also, if you see this panel right there, what it is, if you pull those 4 screws, your water heater's right there. So when it's time to winterize it, it tells you how to position your valves. Okay, here's what makes the 24UD a unique floor plan. It's this Murphy bed. So you can see as you're going down the road or during the day, it's just a regular couch. There is a table here back in the bathroom closet I can set up. And then when it's time to make a bed, you've got a button back here in the bathroom. And I'm just going to lower the platform. And there we go. Very comfortable, high density foam. They have their slats underneath, kind of their box springs, so to speak, easy to sleep on. You've got manual MCD roller shade here for your blackout. Each side of the bed, you get the 110 outlets and the USB ports, and then a couple of reading lights back there. And you do have 2 more cabinets. I can only reach one of them, so that'll have to do for now. And you can see, although it's tight here, I can still pass through quite easily. So it doesn't, you know, prohibit you from getting past the bed into the bathroom. I'm going to go ahead and put this back up. And there you go, it's just that simple. I didn't point out, you actually have storage room back here. When you set this up, that area under the cabinet, you've got room for bedding, for pillows. There's actually quite a lot of space, and once you get traveling in one of these, you'll figure it out and what you want to store there. Okay, let's move back into the bathroom. In fact, I think I'm gonna open this cabinet and then get out of the way and let Jody get in here and show you the storage. There you go. So you can see there's the tabletop in there, and over behind the door is the pedestal for it. You know, a nice little room for your wardrobe. And then we also have storage under the sink and a nice size medicine cabinet. Okay, let me squeeze back in here. And then one of the nice things about the rear shower is you get more room, or the rear bathroom. You have room to actually get dressed if you need to. And, you know, I'm not that tall, but I've got plenty of room. There is a bar here for hanging clothes if you need extra wardrobe area. But you can see it's roomy enough that it's not like the wet bath. Gives you a little elbow room in there. And then you do have a nice shower door here, and it squeegees the water off as it rolls back up. Real nice setup there. Okay, let's move back up front, and I just wanted to point out a few things on the dash here. First of all, I guess one of the things we didn't talk about is our overhead sleeper. We do have a queen size sleeper up here, and it's kind of nice to be able to flip this back and forth. When you are driving, it gets up out of the way, makes it easier to get in. But you can see we've got some USB ports. There's some 12-volt outlets up there. You've got window covers here. These are dual pane windows throughout. It's nice to have a little area where you can open it up and get a cross breeze in here. Dual pane windows throughout, acrylic windows, so helps with the winterization. Let me flip this up. These seats happen to be cushions that would go here when you spin this around. There's about a 6-inch difference in the height of the floors, so they provide a couple of cushions to make them more comfortable to sit at. And then up here in the dash, let me see. So I was telling you, this has all of the latest safety enhancements. You've got the blind spot monitoring. Let me see. Let's get into trip, navigation, phone. There's our settings. One thing we have, let me find a little icon up here. That's my cruise control. And once I'm on cruise control, it's adaptive. And you can see down here, you can adjust how close you want to be before it starts braking and giving you a warning that you're coming up on traffic. So that is a really nice feature right there. And on the steering wheel, the left-hand side here kind of controls what you've got on the dash. You can get into your navigation, adjust the radio, your media, your phone, your settings. But you also have many of these same things over here, and you would control that from the right side of the dash. So again, my phone, my navigation. What I want to get into is over here on the settings. Oops, let's get back one. There we go. So we have a couple of different, let's get in here. That's our active lane keeping assist. And that gives you an audible warning when you're crossing your lane. Some people don't like to have that on, so they can turn that off themselves. We can get over, there we go. This thing's a little sensitive. You can adjust the display if you want, the brightness of it. Can go back and adjust your controls, your voice assistant. One nice thing about this is the MBUX radio. It's got the Hey Mercedes feature, so I can, I just triggered it. Hey Mercedes, navigate me to Denver, Colorado. And it's going to take a few seconds and then, oh, I think I interrupted it when I talked. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Navigate me to Denver, Colorado. Oh, this is, there we go. And then it'll ask you where you want to go in Denver. You can also use it to, hey Mercedes, turn the radio to 103.5.
Please repeat.
Tune the radio to 103.5. Hey Mercedes, I guess I didn't. Hey Mercedes, tune the radio to 103.5. And there is a bit of a learning curve, as you see. Maybe I should have gone to my home screen first before I did that. But anyway, this is an extremely comfortable dash and cockpit area. They put the Primera seats in here, and it's a really kind of a plush leather, much nicer than your cloth seat. And the ergonomics of this, you've got an electric adjustment here on your seat, and you can just get yourself in a comfortable position. If you're driving long distance, this is one of my favorite vehicles to drive. Now, these, of course, were built originally as a delivery vehicle for FedEx and UPS. The Sprinter platform is known to run for, let's say, 300 miles and be a dependable vehicle. But when you turn it into the motorhome, Winnebago does probably one of the better jobs of converting it, putting in the nice seats, all of the great features. Again, everything is push button start now. Let me see, there's bound to be something I'm forgetting in here. Once again, this is a 2023 Navion 24D. My name is Mark Love. And please reach out if you have any questions or need more information on this. I think my information's on the screen there. You can use my cell phone, 970-631-0083, and call or text me if you want to come down and take a look and maybe drive this unit. Otherwise, things are warming up a little more. Ski season is still here, but spring and summer are right around the corner, so get yourself ready. Happy trails out there, folks. We'll see you next time.